Hey guys, Pchild here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to find groups for metas and for rats. Pretty much anything that you could want to possibly do in Diablo. A lot of people say that they get frustrated, they've been trying to find groups for hours, and they can't find anybody to play with. I'm going to show you what you're doing wrong, I'm going to show you the right ways and the quick ways on how you can get groups to do any activity in Diablo you want, make some new friends, meet some new people, and kill all the things. While we talk about those things, I'm going to throw some background footage of me running some rats the other night using these methods. This is a purely random team that I got using the methods that I'm going to show you in this video. So this is kind of just a proof that it does work. I'm going to start with some of the obvious things that most of you will already know, but I have to say it and get it out there in case there's some brand new players who don't know about these things. And also, a lot of these tips are for PC players. Some do apply to console, but unfortunately, not all the tools at our disposal are available for console players. So PC does have an advantage when it comes to finding groups. One of the first newbie tips that you probably already know is joining a clan. Joining a clan allows you to play with people who have similar interests, and also a way to make consistent and meet friendly people. Joining a clan, they're not going to be random all the time. You're going to see the same faces frequently. I think a lot of people mess up when joining a clan. They think it's really cool to have a clan with their buddies. And while that is cool to have your own clan, being in an active clan with 30 plus people online gives you a huge benefit over being in a clan by yourself with a buddy who hasn't logged on in 3+ years. So make sure that you join an active clan, one that has lots of people. Active people who actively engage in the game. Not only will they be people to group up with, but you can also get advice from them if you're a newer player. You can find active clans using the Diablo forums, or you can also do Reddit and see if people have any active clans with space. But clans isn't the main point of the video. You guys already know about clans. I want to ask, are you using the communities feature? Yes, you probably are using the communities feature. So let me ask that a different way. Are you using the communities feature correctly? A lot of you probably aren't. First, I'm going to explain how the community systems work, and a lot of you are probably like, I already know how they work. Just hear me out, because there are some hidden mechanics that you may not know. I'm going to explain how it separates into mini groups, and then I'm going to talk about ways to advertise your group so you can fill as quickly as possible. There are hundreds and hundreds of booming communities. I'll use my own, for example. I have a Pchild streaming community. In Diablo, it has over 2,000 members, and I use it all the time to help find players to play with. However, there are chat limitations that a lot of people don't realize exist. During season launches, we may have 400 to 500 active people in the community at the same time, but the community servers lump players up into mini groups of 80 to 100 people. So if you type a message, hey, looking for a Z-Barb for 110 rats, only the 80 to 100 people who are in your mini group / lobby are going to see that message. The other 300 plus people that aren't in your mini group don't know you typed the message. Most people assume all 500 plus people saw the message, and that's simply not the case. At any given time, only 100 per group can see your message. So that leads to situations where you're in a group and say there's 215 people in the group, and the chat room 1 has 100 people, and mini group 2 has 90 people, and mini group 3 has 25 people. That's all 215 people, right? But there's 3 different chat rooms that house all the people. So if you type a message and you're in mini group 3, only 24 other people saw your message. And you think 215 people saw your message, but they actually didn't. It's just a small fraction of the people you assume seeing your message that you need a Z-Barb. So now that you understand how the mini groups work, how do you fix it? Usually, if you've been in a community for a while, say 30 plus minutes to an hour, I'll post a message, and if a minute or two goes by with no bites, nobody responds, then I will hit leave community button, wait 15 seconds or so, and then rejoin the community. It has a chance to throw me in a different sub mini group lobby of people, all who haven't seen my message. I'll throw that message in the community again. I usually only do this once or twice per community every hour. That way, if for some reason it doesn't put me in a new group of people, then I'm not spamming the group and making people angry. Tip number 2, use multiple communities. Looking for rat runs? Good. There are about 5 billion rat run communities. Use the search feature and join a rat run community. If you're looking to get a rat group going, that's your best place. You're looking for split bounties? Awesome. Join a bunch of split bounty communities. You can message there what you're looking for and have a higher success rate to find teammates. Looking for metas? All right, you get the picture by now. Join a meta community. So how do you actually get people to join your group? This is probably the biggest mistake that people are making. Method number 1. If you're a DPS rat, then you spam rat DPS LFG, right? That's how you get a group. Wrong. It's not how you get a group. You're very rarely going to get somebody to invite you to a group if you just spam rat DPS LFG. You're going to spend hours and hours of your life looking for groups. Eventually, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to play something else or just go solo or quit playing. Okay. So you want to do rats and you're a rat DPS. So I guess what you should type is need a Z-Barb, Z-Necro, and another rat. You know? So you post the message looking for Z-Barb, Z-Necro, and rat DPS. Whisper me. Wrong. That's not how you do it. Doing this lets everyone know that you're solo and everybody else wants a group right now, so they wait and hope somebody else invites them. Method 2 is definitely better than method 1 and you're going to have more success, but it's still not the best way. I'm going to talk about method 3, and this is what you should be doing to fill your groups. This is the correct way. This is the fast way. Method 3, fill your harder spots first. If I'm doing rats, I know I'm going to get DPS whispers instantly. So I try to play one of the Z rolls and then I can fill the other Z roll really fast. It's pretty easy usually to get 2 DPS. You can play any role you want. This is just a suggestion on how to get into games faster, but fill the hardest spots to fill first. So post a message looking for Z-Barb for 115 to 120 speeds, whisper me. And so this message does a couple things. There's some hidden reasoning to the way I worded this message. Number 1, I didn't say how many people we need in the group on purpose. I just said that I need a Z-Barb because I do. I didn't lie and I say we only need a Z-Barb good to go. I just said I need one because I need one. I specifically left out that I need other players. I picked Z-Barb because oftentimes the Z-Barb will have a DPS character and can flex fill the group. So if I snag up a Z-Barb, but I got 2 or 3 whispers, I can reply back to those guys and say, we filled the Z-Barb spot, still have room for rat DPS or a Z-Necro if you have one. Oftentimes they do, and if not, you just don't ignore them. If your Z-Barb happens to suck or dip out, you can reply to them, hey, the Z-Barb had to go, still need one, are you interested? Plus, I really just don't like to leave people hanging. I always try to reply back and say, hey, we filled the spot. That way you're not burning any bridges or don't come off as rude. Once we fill the Z-Barb spot, I'll then ask if anyone in the group happens to know somebody to fill the other roles. While you're waiting for them to answer, I'm still looking. More than likely he doesn't, or he would have told you already, but it's always helpful to ask your group mates, do you know anybody? I then post a new message to the communities asking for the next spot. Looking for Z-Necro for rat speeds 115 to 120, whisper me. I always put the whisper me at the end so they don't reply in the community and I miss it. When you spam 10 communities, you'll flood the message off the screen. You can always use the up arrow to cycle through previously typed messages or copy paste. It saves a lot of time when you're replying to a lot of communities. Once I'm on my final spot, I add G to G at the end, letting them know it's the last spot. This is the carrot that usually gets more replies, but I don't want to lie to people and add it before it's actually the final role / spot to fill. And make sure you're using the appropriate communities. For generic things, you can try to use the Reddit community or non-specific communities. More often than not, I target specifically the communities that apply to the role I'm trying to fill. And I also try to target high population communities, those that have over 100 people in the chat lobbies. Before we close it up, I want to go over what you guys should do if you just spent all this time forming a group, but someone isn't performing as well as you like. I personally like to tell people up front my expectations. That way, if the group isn't meeting those expectations, I don't feel bad for politely trying to find people who can. I'm by no means an elitist, but if I have goals and I'm trying to accomplish those goals, I don't want to make it harder on myself and carry people if that's not what I'm trying to do. In the message I posted in the communities, I said 115 to 120 speeds. That's my expectation. So if the group isn't meeting those expectations, then I would either leave the group or form another. Things like, hey guys, sorry I have to go, thanks for the group. You can leave the party after a rift, but if it's just one person who doesn't have the correct build or skill or gear to do their role, you're the party leader. I would say, hey, XYZ player, thanks for coming to the group. We're really trying to get the 115 speeds. Your build isn't optimized exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to grab someone else who's already set up and good to go. Thanks for coming and helping the group, though. Hopefully we can group again in the future. A message like this is a polite way of saying, hey, you're not performing the way you should, and I'm gonna replace you. They might get upset, but this is about the nicest way you can let somebody know that you need someone else who can perform at a higher level, and if that person doesn't leave politely, which rarely happens, then you can whisper the other two party members and say, hey, I'm going to reform a new group and reinvite you, leave the party, and then send invites out to those people that you want to rejoin. Remember, it's your playtime, it's your play session. You don't have to play with anyone you don't like, and they don't have to play with you. So if people are underperforming, they're rude, they're toxic, they're bossy, whatever the reason is, you don't have to play with them. There are many fish left in the Diablo Sea. I hope this helps you guys find some groups. If you like the video, you already know I'm going to ask you to subscribe, and you're going to if you want to. If not, you're going to just go to the next video, and I appreciate you watching me. You can catch more of me on twitch.tv/the Pchild, where I stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. The schedule is in the description below. Thanks for watching and hanging out. Peace.